Madam, please check whether it's
Okay, just a minute.
hello.
No, I'm unable to share, ma'am.
Still okay. Let me check
Yes,
one
yes, yeah.
second.
Sajid, madam, I will share my PPT with you on WhatsApp itself so that you can. Madam, I sent my PPTs to you. Oh, yeah, I'm the host. Just a minute, I'll check first. Yes, I am able to share the screen now. Okay. Madam, I am able to share the screen. Thanks a lot. Sajid, madam, is the PPT is visible?
Yes, madam.
Okay. 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 So I'm Dr. Jayshree Rahul Pansare. I'm starting with the session now. ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी है, इन मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है. It means that don't tell it to God that problems are great, tell it to problems that God is great. Yes, God is really great because God has gave us the gift of speech, and because of speech only we are able to share emotions to our relatives, to our friends, to our colleagues, and with information sharing we can have with our students as well, right? But if you'll observe here, see the innocent children, they are unable to speak. That's why they are unable to hear as well. These are called as a speech and hearing impaired people, right? If you'll see this young generation, they are unable to take the education properly because they are speech and the hearing impaired. Here there is the role of the computer engineer, or there is a role of the engineer, where we allow them to speak, or we allow them to at least um, uh, um, whatever the message they wanted to convey, at least we should understand, at least normal people should understand. So based on that, my research was there related to the American Sign Language. If you'll observe here in the screen itself, A to Z are the hand symbols related to the A to Z alphabets we generally use for our study purpose, that is 26 alphabets. where it is the American Sign Language, which is understandable by the speech and the hearing impaired people. That is nothing but the dumb and deaf people. American Sign Language is the French influenced sign language, right? This research I had done during my MTech, but when I entered in the PhD, my guide suggested why you are not working for our Maharashtra for the Marathi and the Hindi community. So my research I had diverted towards the Devanagari Sign Language recognition. This case study I'll tell it to you in between, but the reason behind showing this slide, that is we can do many things for our society. We can solve many problems which are around us and which are really needed. That what is our intelligence, what training we are getting, that is really needed for the society. See for the highest, aim at the highest, and you shall reach the highest. Take 1 second to see this slide. It is really the important one. Yes. Already Chartered ma'am told about my education and the experience, MTech, PhD, and what am I post and everything. Moreover, I wanted to add here, that is I received excellent oral presentation award from University of Portsmouth at United Kingdom in year 2016. I have received best project award at Indore. I have received Young Scientist Research Travel Grant for presenting my work for the Springer Conference at London in year 2017. Recently in year 2020, I received a Best Paper Award and many more things, many more achievements with that. These are some achievements. You may say, what are my research I had done related to that? The patents I have published, among that one is granted and one will grant in coming week itself. 9 copyrights I have published. So related this, for 1 second, I wanted to show that is how is my journey about this 5 patents. The blue highlighted is the granted, for which patent number I have received. Now, similarly, I have the 9 copyright along with the 5 patents. If you'll observe, when we are having patents, this kind of the information I have gathered about myself and awareness to the student, that is, and the faculties as well. If we are doing some work, we can publish it in the form of the IPR and the patent. That's why only I'm the reason behind showing that, right? So here you'll get the diary number, date of filing, and the publication. Everything you'll get related to the copyrights, and the government gives the certificate about that, right? Yes. 70 plus research articles, and recently 203, today's count is 203 Google Scholar citations. Link you can find with the Google Scholar citation and the JR Pansare. These many books I have published, and recently I am writing one more book here. Now, coming to our point, main point, that is the innovative aspects of the pattern recognition, machine learning, and the artificial intelligence in HCI. HCI is the human computer interface. Also, we are using the another long form for it, and that is the human computer interaction as well. So alternatively, you may use as the interface or the interaction. Now, when we are saying something is innovative, means something is the different, some thinking which is really the different from others. That's why it is called as the innovative. Each individual is having its own mindset, and each individual thinks differently. That's why only we are having heterogeneous kinds of the research around us, because everyone has some individual differences. Everyone is having the perception to see the things differently, and based on that we'll find that heterogeneous and multidisciplinary researches are around us. Now our today's focus is on innovative aspects, which actually involves study, planning, and design of the idea. When idea comes in our mind, means we are thinking something, and that idea we are putting on the paper, that is pen and paper model we are trying to put. We are trying to put the prototype, and that after having the basic design, detailed design, we try to execute that in the form the implementation. if you'll observe, 80% weightage is there towards what you design. Firstly, idea should come in our mind, that is very much important, and after this, so many phases we can have related to the idea, and idea will convert in the form of the uh, research, and research in the form of the innovations, right? So today we'll have the focus related to all these innovative aspects which we can use in the HCI. There is nothing but the pattern recognition, machine learning, and the artificial intelligence. Now, take the look for the outline of today's session. I'll take session only for 55 minutes and last 5 minutes for the question and answer. Right? So we'll start with the journey like innovation, research, then what kind of the research in the HCI, how we can form the layered architecture for the HCI, how we can have the broader scope of the HCI where it allows us the design principles, various rules, various models, evaluation techniques, and the goals. And after that, when hand in hand, when we work this HCI with the pattern recognition, you'll find many effective applications, HCI interfaces, how the society can use that, right? Based on that, I'll tell you the case study related to the hand gesture recognition. From 12 years, I'm doing work for the hand gesture recognition. Then related to that, various approaches from the design perspectives point of view and the innovative perspective point of view, that is the system architecture, workflow, algorithmic approach. In between, I'll show you my copyright in between, that is how I invented the algorithms, how I invented the training data set and all, right? And then machine learning, artificial intelligence, and the case study related to the brain tumor detection. So innovation, it includes the methods for acquiring, processing, analyzing, and understanding problems and finding deterministic and the realistic solution. First problem arise, and based on that we start thinking. It has another angle, that is nothing but the research. Research starts with the idea which comes in our mind, and till the publication, by using various tools, we can have the idea convert to the working model or the final product, you may say, that society can use. And publication is the part where other new researchers can use your research article, can use your patent, can use your copyrights. Then research in HCI. HCI, that is nothing but the human computer interaction, comprises research in the computer science, cognitive science, and the human factor engineering. Now, based on all these areas, HCI gives us various applications in the computer science, psychology, in the natural language processing, in the sociology, in ergonomics and human factors, engineering, semiotics, design, and the you may have the ethnography as well along with that. Now, to study about HCI, using all these three terminologies, we are having the layered architecture, that is logically I form this layer architecture, that is HCI above the layer of that pattern recognition, which allows to recognize the things. Like suppose this is the pain, everyone can understand that this is the pain, and everyone can understand that this is the scale, like this, right? So why this is so? Because we have a natural tendency to recognize things, but we tell to computer that recognize the thing, recognize the pattern. That machine learning, we expect computer should work like human, right? And one more layer above, that is artificial intelligence, we want that computer should work like human brain, right? So firstly, HCI. HCI, nothing but comprises a difficult endeavor with glorious rewards. Many applications, many HCI interface are possible, which may be effective, efficient, easy, user friendly, so that any user, it may be the new user, moderate user, or the expert user can use it. It is multidisciplinary. It is providing interaction with the human, that is the communication with the human and the computer. It is a new journey or the new field of the study. It shows the cognition, that is the what are the past experiences we're trying to relate with the help of the past and present experiences. Then it is socio-organizational, it is human technical discipline, it is very much structured, analytic, and the various problems you'll solve with the help of that. So various challenges and that we can solve with the help of various advancements in the theory. Now, why we are using HCI? HCI is the user-friendly interactive model, because how human can think, computer we want it should think like that, right? So it is very much easier way to talk to computer using HCI interfaces. It's whatever the interfaces, it is easy to use that interfaces, because that are very much with the simple language, simple tools which are understandable to all kind of the users are provided. That it is a systematic study of the human performance. It is called as the art, craft, and the science. While telling this statement, while taking the sessions for the HCI, I am telling to participant to do the one activity, that is take the single paper, and based on the single paper, you have to create one object, one meaningful object. So if 40 users are there, 40 users gives me the 40 objects like that. Some construct the aeroplane, some construct boat, fan, and many more. And on that object only, I'll tell to student to write something about that object. Everything comes original, art and the craft. And based on that, that 4 to 5 objects, I'll tell them to create some story. You'll find that you don't require to take the help of the Google or any another material, because everything we are doing. Like computer also called as the machine. That's why here we are saying HCI as nothing but the man machine interaction or the human machine interaction, that is HMI as well. Also it is nothing but the part of the information science and the technology. Now theory and the HCI, there is no any general or the unified theory provided, but HCI mainly focuses on human abilities, computer abilities, and the task. Now, we are having various human abilities like vision, where eye act as the input device. For the hearing, ears act as the input device. For the touch, to know about the environmental condition, hot or the cold, we have the skin. The movement, we can have the gesture. I can move like this. It may be the static gesture or the dynamic gesture. Memory may be the short term memory or the long term memory, something we remember and something we remember for the short time or for the permanent. And here we have the emotion, while computer does not have the emotion. Due to emotion we
आज
can,
जो चाहिए वो कर सकता है कि नहीं तो बता.
yes, participant please mute yourself.
Please unmute
You
mute yourself,
uh,
participants, please. Uh,
human can think but computer cannot think. Yes, so these are the differences, as well as these are our natural tendency, natural abilities given. And brain itself is the main tool given to human, right? We are there to tell the instructions to computer are not intelligent than us, because we have constructed the computer. Then
Pansare
also
ma'am, I have a little request.
yes ma'am.
Sorry for inconvenience.
Huh?
Actually, na, the meeting is scheduled till 1:30. It's limited.
Okay,
So I would like to request you to cover the
okay.
things till 1:25. Sorry, ma'am.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So we have these abilities for the computer, that is the memory, speed, accuracy, tireless work. As no emotions, that's why no question of the tiredness and the irritation of the monotonous work, and computer cannot think. Various tasks are possible by the HCI, that should be the useful, usable, and the used one. HCI gives us design principles where we are having simplicity, flexibility, tolerance for the error, and related to the size and space, various approaches are there. It gives us 8 golden rules. Just take a look for these golden rules, that is strike for the consistency, seek universal usability, offer informative feedback, and many more. Also, HCI gives us the normal stages of the action. These stages of the actions are required while having the designing or while having the interaction. That is, start with the forming of the goal till the evaluating the outcome. It gives us the GOMS model, that is the goals. Goals are nothing but is the user goal, which describes the user what should achieve. It gives the operators, These are the lower level analysis of the operators. Then the methods, typically which methods we are using to achieve goals and the sub goals. We are dividing that methods in the sub goals. Then the selection, select word we are using or select choice we are using, where GOMS works accordingly. Then cognitive model we have, that is nothing but the detailed pipeline. It requires a sequential kind of the approaches. Also, it requires the code walkthrough by using the algorithm approaches. It requires the system architecture, which provides the sequence of phases. Moreover, we require the steps for the evaluation purpose and for the checking purpose. Then this cognitive walkthrough is nothing but specifically based on the research experiences, evaluation, execution, and the functionality, along with the documentation. These all are the results of the cognitive walkthrough. It gives these all four things, that is the specification or the prototype, its description, it's the complete and the written list of the action, and the experience and the knowledge of the evaluation. Now, coming to the next point, there is the evaluation goals and the techniques. Now, when we are having the goals for the evaluation, it comprises two very much important parts. That is nothing but the we require the analysis, and also it gives the formative and the summative evaluation. Here you will find that first we have the formative evaluation. Then for the summative, we are having one kind of the cumulative role design construction, and again design construction evaluation kind of thing. This formative evaluation comprises the design during the that is evaluation during the design process. Prototyping is involved here, and how to make the changes in the design, that is involved. Then we are having the summative kind of the evaluation, where it comprises the question answering, feedback, and many things. After that, we are having analytic techniques. In the analytic techniques, we are having the motivation for the analytic techniques, and it can be used for the prototyping purpose, analysis purpose. Furthermore, we are having the usability inspection, where the Nelson gave the 10 rules, like this 10 guidelines. That is, we require some simple and the natural dialogue. We require to speak the user's language, minimize the memory load, and many more.
Unsold. Steven Smith Unsold.
Now, then we are having the model-based analysis. The goal of the model-based analysis is to use the established theories. Also, it requires the GOMS. If you'll observe,
Rutvik
cut, copy,
Kakre,
paste.
please unmute yourself.
If you'll observe, cut, copy, paste is the example of the GOMS model. Now, once we are using the GOMS model, it can be the how many buttons we are pressing within the 250 milliseconds, or how much time hand we require to press for the keyboard, or the to click the mouse within the 400 milliseconds. Any kind of the things we can measure using this. Evaluation frameworks involves decide framework. Now, this is the framework to guide the evaluation. Now, each letter is having the long form for it, that is determine the overall goal, then explore the specific questions, then choose the evaluating paradigm, identify the practical issues, and decide how to deal with the ethical issues, and evaluate the data. Now, moving towards the next part of the session, that is nothing but the pattern recognition. We can have the recognizing the pattern. It is our childhood habit, that is
Rutvik
any child
Kakre.
can,
Rutvik Kakre, please mute yourself.
any child also can recognize whether it's dairy milk or the 5-star or Kit Kat, like that, right? Without having knowledge about the alphabets and the numbers, like that. Similarly, on that, if we are on that basis, if we are giving hand as the input to the recognition system, we are having the hand recognition system, character recognition, face recognition, fingerprint, emotion, object detection, and many more detections. So this is the process of the design which I have invented, where we are giving input, and based on the problem statement, we are analyzing that. We are drawing the basic design, detailed design, and then system architecture, which convert in the workflow and the algorithm, and then it gives the output. Then if you'll observe the pattern recognition in HCI or the HMI, you'll find various phases like image capturing, then image pre-processing, region extraction, feature matching, and the pattern recognition. These are the sequential phases. Now, based on that, we are doing the case study for the hand gesture recognition. We are giving the hand as the input, and image processing will give the color conversion and the noise removal. Only hand is the region on that we are working. We are extracting the feature of hand like this, whatever 1, 2, 3. This computer should recognize like that, right? We are having the feature extraction by seeing the either lower level features, middle level features, or the higher level features. And then whatever the training data set we are having, we are matching the training data set sample with the single running image or the input image. And then with the help of that, you can have many more applications, like maybe PC application like PowerPoint movement, you can have the media player and many more. So this is my research where input is given, and based on that input, we are having the speech recognition for the Devanagari sign like that, U say Upavan like that. These are the input images to Nya, that is swars and vengeance, or you may say the consonants and the vowels. These are the input for the numbers from 0 to 9. And these are the system architecture. After that workflow we have in the system architecture, you'll find that 6 phases are there. Detailed kind of the structuring is given for the each and every phase. Start with the image capturing till the text to speech recognition. You'll find the color conversion, various morphology operations, various algorithms I have used, and based on that the detailed workflow is given. If you'll observe that this is the contribution where all the algorithms I have invented and used here, like that is biggest blob algorithm, simplest template matching algorithm, and clay cluster, and the K cluster match algorithm. Now, for that purpose, 10 algorithms I have invented. Based on that, copyright is there. I'll show it fast track because ma'am has given less time for the discussion, right? So when you are having algorithms, there are 2 ways to do that. That is, the first is the informal description, where what algorithm is doing that we are doing, and the formal algorithm like this, actual algorithm we are putting like this, like the formal algorithm, that is stage wise, like this. Now, outcome of this hand gesture recognition is that first we are capturing RGB image, it is converted to gray, and gray is converted to the blob, that is the template, and output you will get as the and text to speak as the to another. So here we can recognize alphabet, we can form the sentences from this application as well. Now, why we are using machine learning? Machine learning is useful when we are having the training to the machine. We want the behavior like, yes, please mute yourself, Rutvik. Otherwise, please leave the meeting.
Rutvik,
Now, machine learning is about extracting the knowledge from the data, and the machine which enables machines to learn from past data or the experiences without being explicitly programmed. Also, the machine learning enables a computer system to make predictions or to take some decisions using historical data without being explicitly programmed. Machine learning uses a massive amount of the structured and the semi-structured data, so that a machine learning model can generate accurate result or give predictions based on the data, right? So machine learning also works on the algorithms which learn by its own using the historical data. It works only for the specific domains, such as if we are creating machine learning model to detect pictures of the dog, it will only give result for the dog images, right? But if we provide a new data like cat image, then it will become unresponsive. So whatever the training we have given, based on that it will work. Also, there are various uses of the machine learning like online recommender system. It is used for the Google search algorithms, email for the Facebook. Based on that, we are having 3 machine learning kind of the types, that is supervised, reinforcement, and the unsupervised. And we are providing the training data set in the form of supervised, unsupervised, and the semi-supervised. So based on that, if you'll see again the copyright related to the training data set like this. And here, if you'll observe, we are taking the input images, we are storing that in the 100 in the 26 clusters, each cluster is having 100 samples, and like this we are capturing the images, processing on that, and you'll observe that this kind of the training data set we are providing for the American Sign Language. Similarly, we are providing for the Devanagari Sign Language. Again, one more copyright I am showing. This is for your guideline purpose and for the information purpose, where you'll observe the Karapallavi and gesture language is there, and based on that you are having the training data set like this. It is for the latest from to near. Now we have used the k-means clustering. Means what? If 26 alphabets are there, 26 clusters are there, and each cluster is having 100 samples. We are calculating the average for 100 samples, and that average of all the 26 clusters we are comparing with the running image, and we are having the comparison by using feature matching, and uh, we find the appropriate match as the pattern recognition. Then we are using the SVM from the machine learning, that is nothing but a support vector machine, which allows to divide the samples in two parts.
सिंगल लोकांसाठी व्हॅलेंटाईन स्पेशल पाहिजे काहीतरी
Rutvik,
Rutvik
you are
Kakre.
disturbing.
Rutvik Kakre.
A better way you leave the meeting, Rutvik. Yes. Now the next part is the artificial intelligence. There is again natural intelligence and artificial. When natural intelligence, human is there, but when it's the question of the artificial intelligence is the field of the computer, right? So this is the nothing but the science which makes a computer system that can mimic human intelligence. It should behave like the human. It is a combination of the two words, that is the artificial and the intelligence. So artificial intelligence is the technical which we can create intelligence systems that can simulate the human intelligence. Now, even when we are thinking about the artificial intelligence, it does not require any kind of the pre-programming, or instead of that, some algorithms we are giving to make our system more intelligence. It involves the machine learning algorithms as well along with the AI. So hand in hand work of the pattern recognition, AI and the machine learning. So this AI is divided in the three types, that is the weak AI and general AI and the strong AI. Currently, we are working with the weak AI and general AI. The future of the AI is the strong AI, where actually the working like the intelligent human. Or you may say that intelligent than the human when it's the strong. The difference between the AI and the ML. AI is nothing but the bigger and bigger concept that will use in the fifth generation of the computer. It expects the more intelligence than the human, right? So it simulates the human thinking and the capability. And nowadays, Tesla is inventing the mobile where based on human thinking it will work, right? So it is again the example of the fifth generation, the strong AI, you may say. So the if you'll observe, the AI is nothing but the human thinking. We are simulating human thinking capability and the behavior, whereas the machine learning is an application of the subset of the AI that allows machines to learn from the data without being pre-programmed. Right. So if you'll observe this, a picture will show the actual meaning of the AI and the machine learning. Now, based on that, there is the difference between AI and the machine learning. Just take a look for it for 1 minute.
काळ शिकवती बाई पीपीटी पाहिजे मला आपल्याला पुढच्या वेळेस होईल
Hello, madam. Okay. Madam, slides are visible. Brain tumor detection. And after this, I'm in the conclusion part here. Here we have highlighted on the cognitive walkthrough, innovation. Madam, am I audible? Charged, madam? Okay. And practical aspects of the pattern recognition, machine learning, and the AI in HCI. Moreover, we have focused on various case studies, algorithm approach, and the human-centric HCI. These are some concluding remarks. That is, the quality of the system depends on how it is represented and used by the users. Therefore, enormous amount of attention has been paid to better designs of the HCI. Virtual reality can be the common interface in future. Ubiquitous computing is also the part of the HCI. Even natural interfaces, natural language processing is nothing but the future of the human computer interface. So thanks a lot from my side. So actually I had taken the session very much fast due to the time constraint, you may say. So many more things. If you wanted to observe my papers, you may go for the Google Scholar citation Jayshree, Dr. Jayshree Pansare. You'll find my all the research articles. So many researchers related to this you will observe. You can use that for the guidance purpose as well. Yes. So thank you very much. Thank you, Charger Madam, for inviting me for the today's webinar.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Yes.
very much for taking our request and presenting webinar on such a important and required topic in today's era. Because generally the human-computer interface is considered to be like the elective subject which is in the syllabus, but nowadays we need product to be more utilizable, and for that computer and human interface is very important, and you have given a look on that and shown that how important it is and how much scope is there in this area. So I thank you for giving such a informative session, and I hope everyone has taken out from this very good webinar. Uh, so from Department of Computer Engineering and IIC Cell Vidyapratishthan, Kamal Narayan Institute of Engineering and Technology, I thank you for presenting this webinar, and we are definitely looking forward for having more such sessions in which more details can be covered.
Yes.
I really say sorry actually because the time which should be given to you for presenting your things is very, very limited.
Yes.
And also there were certain disturbances. For that I say sorry for an inconvenience caused. Thank you very
You
much,
don't
ma'am.
say sorry about that, ma'am. It's the students' tendency nowadays. But even student, while speaking, they are saying that we want this kind of PPT for the next year. I want that PPT, all that things.
Yes, so
That
I,
conveyed
yes,
in
ma'am.
between, like
Yeah.
that. But
So
don't go for the copying material. Don't go for the as it is. Please
yes,
use your own intelligence, your own ideas, so that you can go for such a long journey in the research and the innovation. You can have all the students, right?
yes.
Yes.
So I have shared the feedback link. I hope everyone is able to give the feedback. So I request everyone to give your feedback on the shared link. If you find any difficulty in getting open that form, please let me know so that I can take the corrective actions. So I also thank the HOD sir, the principal sir from our college, who has supported and always motivating us for such organizations as well. I also thank all the students, participants who have attended this webinar. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please fill the feedback form. necessary
Yes,
for us
thank you
for
very much,
maintaining
Ajana,
that.
for organizing it nicely.
Yeah,
Thank you very
ma'am.
much, madam, for
Thank you.
organizing it nicely. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
lot
you.
of efforts are required behind these sessions. Maybe students are not understanding that thing, but lot of efforts your teachers are taking behind the show. So many work we have to do, everyone, right? And it is just in front of you are able to see the 1 hour webinar, but behind that 8 days preparation it requires. Remember the thing.
Sorry, ma'am. Yeah. So on behalf of all the
Yes.
Vidya Pratishthan inconvenience, I say sorry for that. Thank you.
No, no, yes, yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a
Thank you,
lot.
ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Can I leave the meeting now?
Yes, yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
So I declare the meeting is, the webinar is over. Thank you.